Okay. Today, I have not had the chance to talk about my life story up until now. I wanted to share my life story to you, with you, because you are a student of economics department at Osaka City University. And then you learn the theories, you learn the economics. But when you study economics, the most important thing is to understand how the theory was created and developed. You understand? That's the way of critique issues. What society the economist was born, and how he brought up, and what impacted him to come up with the idea. That's what I was taught at school in Kyoto. That's what I wanted to share with you. Okay? So now, this is the 11th lecture of Economic Issue B at the Osaka City University. I gave 10 lectures already, and you feel my way of teaching and the content of the class is a bit unique, but it does make sense, I hope. And then I wanted to share where those ideas and learnings and theory came from. Okay. I was born in 1966 in Kyoto. 21st year after the World War II. Meaning I'm the 21st. Society was the 21st of the post-World War II year. That means, what do you think? Society becomes an adult in the American way. 21st, like you can drink alcohol, right? And I was born as a son of a bureaucrat, police bureaucrat engineer for country, not for the prefectural police. And I'm a son of a mother who is the daughter of a military officer. He went to a military school, and he joined the World War II as a military officer, not like a soldier, an officer. Okay, and my grandfather was a school principal of an elementary school in the village, in Tamba. It's a remote area in Kyoto Prefecture, in the mountain area. After he retired, my grandfather served as a priest at the Shinto shrine in the village. As you may know that the Japanese religion is quite mixed up. After he passed away, we did a funeral with a Buddhist mother. Okay? And my mother has an older brother. He went to a cadet school. That's, cadet school is a military junior high school. He was about to be elite in the military, But war ended, and he started a regular high school, and he went to Kyoto University, my alma mater, science department. Because when he took the test for Kyoto University, right, the previous year, Hideki Yukawa won the Nobel Prize. He wanted to be someone like him. But he realized that he didn't have enough money because his mother, my mother's mother, was a stepmother. Yes, but through my grandmother died young, so my mother didn't know her true mother. Okay, that's my mother's side. And my uncle is one of my mentor or role model. I had two role models. One is my father. Another one is my uncle. He didn't have enough money, so he didn't have time to conduct a scientific research experiment at the school. So he transferred to law department. Spent 8 years at Kyoto University. He graduated with a wife. He met his wife. She was a student at the Dosha Women's College. At 8th year, decided to get married, and then he went to see her grandmother for marriage mission in Shikoku, and he married my aunt. And he is a very interesting person. He didn't work for any big corporation. He left Japan to France to set up a Japanese cultural facility. He was discovered by business people higher up in Japan. He spoke many languages. He was working for a hotel as a how can I say, a bellboy. And he was sent to France, and he moved to Belgium, Antwerp. Antwerp is known for diamonds. He became diamond merchant. He moved to Israel, Tel Aviv, because in Israel they are very known for polishing Sonora diamonds. Back in 1960s, Japan did not have a purchasing power for big diamonds. So he moved to Israel, teaming up with a Jewish diamond merchant. He wholesaled diamonds to Japanese market. That's my that's my uncle in my mother's side, my mother's older brother. And when I was born, my parents were living in a dormitory of the police near Kyoto University, 1 minute's walk. Okay, and it was a very hot summer. She was about to go to a hot and sour soup and hot and sweet pork at the Chinese restaurant, and he started having me. She was brought to the second Red Cross hospital right in front of Kyoto Prefecture government, where my father's Kyoto Prefecture headquarters is located. And then I grew up in a rural area where my Sakahara family comes from. And when I was born, my father was 41, my mother was 30. So I am his son. He came to her very late during that time, especially during that time. And I was sent to a Catholic kindergarten, 2 towns next. Okay, I took a JR bus, 40 minutes ride to the Sonobe town at the time. And then I get off and I'm picked up by the kindergarten school bus. I was very rebellious, okay, boy, all day, yeah, already. Yeah, I wanted to get a, how can I say, swimming grass. I laid myself down on the street in front of the shop where traffics are. Then that's how I challenged my mother to purchase it for me. Also, I am the boy who didn't like to wear rain shoes or regular shoes when people wear the rain shoes and vice versa. So the JR bus is passing by in front of my house after, started from the bus station. We had a big bus station in neighbor. I stopped the bus and get off and changed my shoes. That's who I was. Okay? Once I was asked about what is your earliest memory in my life. When I published my autobiography, the interviewer asked that question. I said, yeah, when I was small, I was in we had a little garden. We had it's countryside, so we had a big house. We had a small garden. I found a sparrow, 3 years old, or 4 years old, okay? And there is a girl visiting our house who lives in front of us. Maybe junior high or something like that. And she was drinking a tea with my mother, sitting on the corridor of the house. I found a sparrow. I had an insect net in my hand. I was aiming the sparrow. Yeah? People never thought that I would catch it. I aimed it, I caught it. And my mother and the girl lady was astonished, surprised. And then they said, oh, let it go, let it go. So, let it go. The sparrow flying away. Yeah, that's who I was. Then, for elementary school, there is a very good private elementary school called Notre Dame. That's a Catholic school. Notre Dame is basically a women's college and a women's school, but only elementary school boy can go. And that school is known for the rigorous academic program and student, how smartness or strong academic performance of the students at elementary school. Okay? How I could get in? My school principal was one of my uncles. Yeah, that's all I think. You need to fill up a seat, right? And for my education, also, my father got retired young from the police. Started running 社会保険労務士, that's a labor insurance consultant. And he moved to Nagaoka City, setting off our land, in the huge land in the mountain. Yeah, at the time, Japanese economy is very good. They wanted to develop into a residential area. But he negotiated well, he sold it at a good price, and we moved. We bought a house in Nagaoka City, we moved. Nagaoka City to Notre Dame Elementary School, it's a long way to go. I need to take a bus 20 minutes. I need the Hankyu Railway 20 minutes. I need 14 minutes public bus ride. Yeah. So when I was at elementary school, I was always exhausted, but I never missed playing around. Until the very last, I was playing around in the playground of the elementary school. Then I wanted, my father had a father with a huge expectation to his son. He wanted to be, he wanted me to be a politician. He expected that when I was small already, I was watching politicians' TV discussions every Sunday with my father. And he tried to train me to be a leader in my future. His vision was I go to the University of Tokyo, law department, become bureaucrat, working for financial, Ministry of Finance, then run for office, become prime minister. That's his vision. But, and always he asked me, what do you want to be in your future? Yeah, disappointed to me. That's not my goal. I always told him that I want to make a film. Okay. Then, with such a high expectation, I had been a student at the Notre Dame elementary school, and half is a girl students, and the rest is boy students. Half of the boy students goes to Raksei, Saint Beato High School. That's also another Catholic school. Yeah, and that known for sending students to the top school, University of Tokyo and Kyoto University. Yeah, but in the elementary school, I was whisker. My academic performance was extremely weak. I think I have a learning disability for especially arithmetic problem. I don't like the division, I don't like the subtraction in calculation. Okay? And then as I explained, my parents were old. He was not already familiar with calculation. I remember that at the third year, with my mother and my father, we did all-nighter to do a homework, and next day, I found that all of my answers were wrong. Can you believe? You know, we were thinking how we can do division. Yeah. Let me check my attendance. Okay. Today I am sharing my life story, what I've been doing. Okay. You understand? Okay. Then you will understand why I am teaching those theories and how I come up with my theory. Okay? I check, today is 20th, yeah? 21st. Okay, so now, disappointedly, I was academically so weak student. Although my father wanted me to go to Raksei, Saint Beato's school, I couldn't make it, of course. Yeah, so I ended up going to Nagaoka Middle School. Nagaoka Middle School, that's a city public junior high school, which was the worst high school in Kyoto Prefecture at the time. You know, so high school students were violent. Yeah, they steal things daily, as if stealing is not a crime, right? And very interesting. They break the many of glasses of the school building. So in the winter, school principal declared to his students, we don't have money to fix it from now on. We used up 1 million yen up until now to fix the glasses. So people start putting the sketchbook on the window now. Really. Really. And every day they play with the cracker and fireworks. Yeah. Every other day, firefighter comes with the car, and that's how I survive. But I was not doing those mischievous activities because you know what? My father was a retired police, right? Officer. Not officer, but engineer. If I did it, he would kill me immediately. When I was like 4 years old, okay, or 3 years old, I did some mischievous thing. He was angry. I still remember the moment he hit my face with a slipper. Can you believe? That's my father. Yeah. So I was very, very, good boy. I was trying. He would kill me, right? I know. And I could not get into any good school, right? So I decided to go into Nagaoka Middle School. But I had a very, very strong inferior complex for academic performance. I really wanted to be a good, strong in academics. That was my trauma I want to overcome. So I asked my father to go to a bookstore in Osaka, Kinokuniya, in Umeda. They must have lots of reference books, right, for study. And I want to study, right? So I told to my father. And then I found that a junior high school student around my age was talking and checking the reference book with his friend. And he said that he is studying at Iriejuku, the Shingakusha, located near the Tezugayama. Near here, right? Yeah. Juku is a makeup school, Yeah? That Juku is one of the best in Japan at the time. Nada is supposed to be one of the best high school, right? Academically speaking, in Japan. And they take only small number of students for high school, right? When I went to that Juku, the Juku sent all of students to Nada. Yeah. And that Juku is run by Shin Irie. And also Lasaru Ishii is known. He's one alumni. Also Wada Hideki, Hideki Wada is a doctor, psychologist, and he teaches how to prepare, how to study. He's also notable alumni. Many, in the end, go to University of Tokyo. I went there, and that Juku is very unique. You know why? Every day you go, 7 days a week. You go there, and what do you do? Not like nowadays makeup school, like you clean toilet. Yeah, you clean toilet. The head of the Juku is a believer that if you are a good human, that makes 70%. 30% is just technique. You become a good human first. So I go to the school and then clean toilet. Yeah. But my classmates were so mischievous. They declared that, yeah, I would go to the University of Tokyo and shoplifting reference book at Kinokuniya. Stealing. Oh, that's Osaka style. I was very amazed, But still, I was very weak. And then they have many classes depending upon the academic performance. I was always become bottom. I think I was with them for 2 years. I decided to not to go anymore. And around the time in Kyoto, our public system is very unique because Kyoto Prefecture's mayor is from Communist Party. So it's very equal. I don't know in what sense, right? We did not have a choice to go to school. Just calculate closest one, then go. You know. So I ended up going to Otokuni High School, that is a prefectural public high school. Okay. And from the public junior high school, cut-off line to get in the public high school is right above the average, half. Yeah. And some are very smart, some are not. But it's sort of a demographically good representation of the society. You know, right? Just go to the school nearby. But when I was at junior high, I was academically weak. I was just about half of the class. Yeah? And I wanted to show I could get in the public high school. And you usually take the test for the safety school, right? And my teacher asked my father, don't you need any safety school? What is the answer from my father? If my son cannot get into the public high school, he would not probably live in the society with strong academic background. No, he should be sushi chef or gardener. That's the way he should live. So he doesn't need a safety. Yeah? So that's a gamble. And the next day, my teacher found me in the school, asked me, Atsushi, do you need the safety? I don't know. That's what my father said. So I didn't take any safety. I got in the public school. And then I was not so academically weak in the first year. I was playing soccer. And when I do something, I always try to be the number one in the world. But I fear I cannot make myself Maradona. Oh, I don't have what it takes. Forget. Then I come back to my dream. Filmmaking. Yeah? I had my dream somewhere here. I want to be a filmmaker. And going back to my junior high school days, I stopped going to the juku in Tezukayama, right? I had the time, so I often spend some time, at the public library in front of a junior high school. So I found a book. Yeah? I found a book about studying abroad. And I found that Harvard is a very good university. They give you the education, network, career, right? Oh, this has to be the one for me, I thought. Because I was not good at studying at school, right? And also, someone told me that Americans are not good at the mathematics, yeah? Maybe, maybe I have a chance, right? Americans are horrible at the mathematics, so I have a chance. Oh, here I should go, right? Yeah? So that was a hope. I had a dream. And then during the high school, my academic performance gets weaker and weaker. it seems that no choice to go to a top school. And I obtained a brochure on the TOEFL. My mother found me, Atsushi, are you going to study abroad? Are you going to run away? Yeah. Yeah, I think if I go to UCLA, I can become a filmmaker, right? But she says, so you are running away. No, okay, I will do that, my job, you know. Then, I took the center test. My score was 150 out of 1,000. Yeah. I took the test and my score was 150 out of 1,000. That is, basically, you throw a dice, you get that score. Meaning, I don't have any contribution to the test score, right? And then, I wanted to go to Kyoto University. And I took the test with my classmate. I asked him, because I had no chance, right? For the lunch, I had the ramen with him. Ramen came very late and then about to be late for the test for afternoon. Forget about the test, we should enjoy the ramen. He ignored me, he ran, and he got into Kyoto Art University. That's yeah. So, then, I begged my father, could you please let me study? I want to go to Kyoto University. He said, Atsushi, I can let you study at preparatory school for 1 year. Only for 1 year. Yeah, so I took the entrance test for Sundai Yobiko Sundai Prep School. They did not take me. I needed to take 5 times. If you keep taking the test, they will, at the end of the day, they will take you. You know why? They are running business. They need to fill up the seat. At the very last, they will take you. That's how I got in, okay? And only 1 year. Then, there was a student sitting right next to me. His name is Kyo Matsumoto. もうちょっと温度下げようか。He is from Eime Prefecture in Shikoku. Okay? My father was already a retired police officer, yeah? And one of a retired officer, police officer in the neighborhood, always delivers alumni magazine of the police, yeah, and have a tea. He always kind enough to give me a free movie ticket. You know why? Because the precinct he used to work covers the movie theaters in Kyoto. He has connections, right? So I started going to the movie theater with that free ticket once in a while. Then I had a classmate, Kyo Matsumoto, sitting next to me. And that summer, Beverly Hills Cop, the great entertainment film, Beverly Hills Cop, featuring Eddie Murphy, was released in Japan. I went to see the movie with Kyo, sneaking out from the prep school. Then, after watching it, he said, Atsushi, I want to be able to understand all the English in this film. I asked him, why? I want to be an interpreter. Yeah? Then I said to him, Kyo, men shouldn't interpret someone's words. Tell what you believe. Yeah? I was a boy like that. Yeah? And then he said, Atsushi, what do you want to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to win the Oscar. I make a speech. How can you do it? I go to MBA. MBA is a good tool to be successful in business and in the real world, okay? I go to MBA. He says he was smart enough to say, Atsushi, can everybody go to MBA? Yeah? I said, I think maybe I should go to Kyoto University, at least, yeah, in my region, in my prefecture, one of the best kind. Then I have a chance to go to MBA. Then I have to be fluent in English, yeah? He was laughing at me, you know why? Sundai, the test prep school, runs the pre-test for nationwide. In May, I took the test. He knew my ranking, my score. I was the second to the last in this country. Really? I still remember my score. Mathematics is 0. Japanese is 3. English 2. I was the second to the last. There was another down, in this society. So he was laughing. Okay, I will take it as my challenge. All right. So I decided to pursue. He became such a good friend, right? Yeah. I had lunch every day with him, going to Osho and having chuka donburi with him. Yeah. Then winter comes. Then we will take the entrance examination again. Yeah. And we promised we get together after the test. I knew I had no place to go because I was such academically weak, right? And then he took some tests and he was accepted. He wanted to go to Osaka University of Foreign Language, Osaka University. One of the best in the West area, right? Or maybe Kyoto University of Foreign Language or something like that. But he couldn't make it. But he was accepted by Ritsumeikan University's law department, which is very strong, yeah? Very good. And we wanted to have fun, like playing bowling or going to see movies. And we got in touch 3 times. Twice, he was busy for school orientation and finding a club or whatever. The ones I was not in the mood because I already at the time no place to go in the second year roaming. I was delivering newspaper in the morning. Yeah, not so necessary, but trying to show my attitude to my father. So I started delivering newspaper every morning. Delivering newspaper in that situation is the worst thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do. You know why? You deliver the newspaper in the morning, you come back at 7 or 8. You see people who have places to go. At the bus stop, at the station. Then that makes me aware that I have no place to go. Coming back home alone. Yeah? You understand? And I was not in the mood to have fun with him. And that was during the second year roaming, right? Then I kept delivering newspaper. I found that he committed suicide. he killed himself. He was found by the police in Tsuruga in Fukui Prefecture, when he was staying at the hotel. He went there by a bike, borrowed from his friend, and his family was looking for him. He was lost. I don't know if when I talked to him for the last time, he called me when he was on the run, So I was quite shocked when I found the article in the newspaper. After delivering my newspaper at home, then my father came to find me. Yeah, he found me. What happened to you? Yeah, the friend killed himself. And he said, Atsushi, a human being with a normal mind would not kill himself. So his mental is gone. So you're not sure if he keeps living his life, he will be happy. Yeah? So all you can do is think that was his good decision. But live your life fully. Yeah? I thought that was a very cheesy adult word, You know what I'm saying? But I tried to do that. Then from the second year, I started teaching myself about all the subjects for the test. Second year, third year, I taught myself everything from scratch. Because I didn't have the academic foundation to prepare for the test and score the good test score, yeah? From scratch. Once in a while, I visit the Sundai without paying tuition, sneaking in. I did. But basically, I taught everything by myself. Then I spent the third year learning. Kyoto University's economics department. You might have tried, but they started a unique entrance examination that is writing essays for 8 hours for 2 days. Oh, maybe this is a chance for me. But again, my son first step center test score is not good enough. Then I decided to take the test for the Osaka Foreign Language University, which Kyo wanted to go. And also I took the test for the Shiga University's economics department. Yeah. Then when I took the Osaka Foreign Language University test, I had a stomachache. Yeah, and then I didn't do well, and also I didn't know how to prepare for the listening comprehension test. Yeah, I was sitting at the very front row. I thought anytime the listening comprehension test would start, right? They didn't, because they bring the cassette tape player. Yeah, so I was waiting to start whole test, and then anyhow, I screwed the test, so I didn't do it well. Then, miracle happened. The test questions, quiz, given from the Shiga University, most of them I'm familiar somehow. I know this. Yeah, English, I know this, everything, I know this. And then I aced the test. Then I got in. I was happy. Shiga University is 3 ways to go into at the time. One, is like me. Take a test and it's a regular way, you know? And then take a second test, right? Another way is if you are a student of a high school that specializes in commerce or business, you have a recommendation and you can go in. Third way is if you aim the top universities in Japan, like here too, the person couldn't make it, they can show the first step score and then you are okay. Yeah. So that's why the Shiga University has a very unique atmosphere. Some people are happy with the school. Some people are not happy with the school. Yeah. But I spent 3 years already, and I say, oh, I should be happy. And I was happy. Yeah. Then I joined the English club because I wanted to study abroad in the future, MBA. I made 3 promises with my Kyo, right? Friend Kyo. Studying Kyoto University, getting MBA, getting an Oscar. I missed one, that's okay. So why not second one, yeah? So I started teaching English myself, and I joined the English club because I didn't have money to go to English school, yeah? That was May 13, Friday. We had the freshman camp, staying at the school's facility on campus to get to know each other, yeah? Then, second year, third year, fourth year students had a car, 5 cars. In the night, they decided to go to see the cave in the mountain, yeah? And I was in the second car of the 5 cars with Professor Shiotani, you may know. Yeah? And I was very fat boy, and he was also very fat boy. We were asked to leave the car. Yeah? And on our way back from the cave in the mountain, one car was missing. And I moved to the 5th car, right? Instead of us, there is a young, 3 years younger, so without spending any extra year, one young girl who joined the Shiga University was in the car. The car fell into the valley. She died. And me and Professor Shiotani survived because we left the car. Yeah? That was a very ethically challenging to me. Yeah, knowing the fact that someone died instead of me. I'm surviving. How can I accept this? Should I be happy about being alive now? Right? That was very challenging to me. That drove me crazy. And but I transformed that craziness into the passion for studying English. I taught English myself, 24 hours a day, literally. I tape recorded American TV drama, kept listening to it every day, even when I was sleeping. And my mother found that I am speaking to myself in English. And then he consulted to my father. Look, Atsushi became insane with really, that's the conversation, can you believe? That's how I did. That's how you can learn language, you know? Yeah? Then, I was a happy guy, but I didn't have a chance to speak, right? I can do input. So I consulted to Mr. Melvin, who is an English language teacher. He's American, teaching at the Shiga University. And he was actually advisor to the English club. He said, Atsushi, okay, I understand what you want. Why don't we have a lunch every day? So I went to school every day, yeah, and I talked to him in English. When you are married, you know that you don't have so much things to talk about every day. Yeah, right? Is your father talking to your mother so often every day in discussion? No, right? There are not so much things to talk about. But I kept going, prepare, reading the Times and magazines and etc. And talk. During this time, around this time, like right before the Christmas, I told Mr. Melville, we had the sense that we are sick of talking to each other every day, yeah? Can I ask foreign traveler in Kyoto to show around for free for English learning purpose? What is it? My camera? Oh, okay, then that's okay. Okay. They're cleaning. So, he said, that's a good idea. I know what it means. That's a good idea. So, I asked my classmate, Yoshio Sakaue, to accompany me. So, we visited Kiyomizu Temple. Then we found some tourists. I asked him, can I show you around for free? Oh, actually, I'm living here. Yeah. I found the two ladies, and then they responded to me in Spanish. And another one is he responded to me in German. Yeah, you need the guts to do it, right? You're not a fluent English speaker. You try to find opportunity. Yeah, start talking to a foreign traveler. Yeah, and we tried 3 times and then didn't work. So we decided to call it a day. We visited the Lipton Tea House along the Kawaramachi Street near Sanjo. Yeah. Then we tried to have a tea there. Then I found an American guy sitting right next in front of me here. He was about to have the chocolate cafe. I told Yoshio in Japanese, why don't we try this guy? It's wasting time, he said. No. You do a good job for the very last show in the day. That will carry over tomorrow morning. You know? You understand? That was the teaching from the professional golf player. Well known at the time, on TV lesson, you know? I would say, he says, the very last putt is the key. If you hit well, tomorrow morning you do well. If you don't have a strong mindset for the last putt, that's not one good. Right? So, why don't I ask him? Let me try. And I started talking to him, can I show you around for free? I need the opportunity to practice English. Yeah? And he jumped on me. He said, I have a very strong allergy. I need to find what I can eat here in this country. Today I arrived. I don't know what to do. Yeah? And I helped him. And the next day, he said, I have a bus tour in the morning. I don't know. I need your help. But after the bus tour, I will call you. I thought that he would never call me, you know. You know what I'm saying? He would never call me. And anyway, I waited for his call at home with my classmate. He stayed at my house. Yeah? He called me. So my classmate went back to his house in Gifu Prefecture that late afternoon. So I showed him around in Kyoto 3 days. American guy. Middle-aged American guy. Yeah? Then he asked me, Atsushi, can you take me to Hiroshima? Why? I have to talk to my people about Hiroshima atomic bomb. Yeah? I don't know what he does. What do you do? I don't get what he does as an occupation. He says, then in the end, I am a psychologist. I listen to the people's complaints and problems, help them out. Okay. And then I took him to Hiroshima. But I had a telephone number of my father's friend in Hiroshima, at Hiroshima police, because I'm worried, is he a gay? You know, yeah, right? I respect, but I'm not, right? Big guy, American guy, yeah? So, but he was not. And later I found that he is a Jewish rabbi. So that's why he wanted to talk about atomic bomb to his people in congregation. Yeah? And I talked about myself to him. And then, because I already applied to the test, center test. Again, I didn't have an intention to pass it, but hope to pass it. I didn't have a plan to try Kyoto University again. Yeah, I was happy with the Shiga University. But as I explained that I was having a lunch with American teacher speaking English every day, right? That is very strange student in Shiga University. Maybe here too, right? No? Very strange, right? Very strange. And a classmate of mine spotted me and then he approached me. Why are you having a lunch speaking English every day in the school? I explained that. I have to go to MBA. I have to win the Oscar. I have to make a speech. Yeah? That's why. And we became friends and then I stayed at his place. I found that he had a reference book for college entrance examination. And he is from very good public high school in Saitama. He wanted to go to Kyoto University. And he gave up. He did already 2 years learning. And then I was kind enough. What's the problem? Not like me. You had a very good center test score. You are academically strong, try it again. He says, I'm living here in an apartment which is like almost like a student dormitory. Yeah. So mail comes from the center tests and also the university. People notice, right? That put me in an uncomfortable situation. Yeah. So I was kind enough, okay, apply to the center test with my address in Kyoto. You can take the test in Kyoto. Yeah, you have a chance, I don't. Yeah. So basically, before I met the rabbi, I applied to the test already. Then I had a choice to take a center test and Kyoto University's test again, if I'm lucky. Yeah? Or I'm going to take the final exam at Shiga University. That was my choice. You know it, right? I was not so academically strong in Shiga University because I was not good at French. Yeah? So I asked the rabbi's advice. He said, he finished a master's degree in a theological seminary in New York. And he is originally from Chicago. He wasn't sure if he should apply to. And his father told him, his name is Ron. Ron, you know what? Once you finish your education, it is so hard to change your life. Before, it is easier. Do it. That's what he said to me. Another thing is, there are many failures, like the stars in the sky. Yeah? Successes are few. Those are trade-off. Unless you go for grabbing it, you never grab it. Trade-off. So he says, Atsushi, you should try it again. I don't know he really understood how stupid and academically weak I was. Yeah? Because I took the 4 times the center test. I never had a chance to take the second step test at Kyoto University. Never. Yeah? Then I took it with the friend. My math score was, I remember, because the beautiful number, 1, 2, 3, 123. Yeah? And then other subjects are almost full mark I got. Yeah. I took a Japanese language test and they showed that test to my friend. I think I aced it. What do you mean? He took a look at it. Yeah. And then usually Japanese language test is first 3 questions are kanji, right? Japanese, Chinese letter, right? I made 2 mistakes. He was laughing. How can you become? Yeah? But actually, that's the only mistake I made. Yeah? So, miracle happened. I proceeded to the second step test at Kyoto University. And you may know that that test is a very, very interesting test. The school wanted to have people with creativity. So, not like a aptitude test, not like a subject test. It's challenging you how you can create it and you can think through. Yeah? So, 2 days, 8 hours, and I had to read the Levi-Strauss Terrestrial Peak and Malthus, the population, theory, and challenging. Then I wrote whatever I wrote and I passed it. Then I kept taking it 5 times, I got in. But I was not released from my mission. Still, I have to go to university, Harvard, MBA, or I'm Osaka, right? Yeah. Then the rabbi told me that there is a Good Samaritan club, that's the student club of the student guides, volunteer student guides. If you join them, you don't have to find the foreign traveler on the street, he said. Yeah. Okay, so they are selective. They don't welcome any students. They do oral interview. And they seems to like me and they took me. Yeah. In the first year in summer vacation, they had summer camp taking place in Shinshu. Yeah, we left Kyoto in the very early May. Yeah, and we were passing by the Shiga University neighborhood. I was involved in the traffic accident. 180 kilometers was slipping on the highway, crashed into the car in front of us. You know, the day is August 27th, that's my birthday, and her birthday. Then, some kind of force, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's going on? Then, maybe I brought a bad karma to the crowd, that's what I felt. Decided to stay away from the tour guide club activity. Yeah? Then, the classmate of mine at Kyoda introduced the book of Ochiai Nobiko, that's the father of Ochiai Yoichi. He left Japan when he was young, and he's a very interesting Japanese person. Then, what should I do? Maybe inspired by his book, I had the idea. I knew I wouldn't fit into Japan. I wanted to leave Japan. I need some thing I can offer to the rest of the world, right? Maybe I should practice karate, or maybe I should be able to cook sushi. Huh? People would like me, right? I'm from Japan, I can cook a sushi for you. So, I picked the karate, I joined the karate club. Full contact karate club. I met Jeff Abramowitz. He's an exchange student from Stanford Business School. Through him, I learned there is a center where the very smart American students are studying, okay? From Yale, Harvard, Stanford. Then I was invited to the home party often. I became friends with them. And I realized that, okay, no, I'm desperately looking for opportunity to practice English, right? If I have an argument with them in English, if I can beat them, yeah, my English is supposed to be good enough, no? Don't you think? Yeah, they are the top American students, right? Right? So, I often snuck in the center and hung out with them. Then, for the autumn festival, I said, why don't we learn disco with them at the school? That should be popular. That should be, yeah, good, right? Disco with American students. And I ran around, but I couldn't find the place. Yeah? So I ended up running a hot dog stand at Kyoto University for autumn festival, November festival. I made money, $6,000 profit. 3 days. I was good at marketing. Then, when you do have a school festival, you go to izakaya, spend all money that night, right? I didn't do it. I saved it, kept it to myself, and put it aside. Borrowing the Stanford Center's building and rooms, we throw a party inviting many Japanese to introduce. Because they are people who look for Japanese friends, right? So I invited anyone come, and beer, I brought a pile of cans and offered the beer for free. Bring your food, share with your friends. Very economical style, right? But they loved it. Yeah, they loved it. And there are two programs. One is STTI, another one is the KCJS. KCJS is a little like a liberal arts major. uh, mostly from Ivy Leagues and the University of Michigan. And SCTI is engineering major from Stanford. And I meet very intelligent, academically strong people. And among them, there were three interesting people. One is David Filo and Jerry Young. They later started Yahoo in America. And Jerry met Akiko Yamazaki. She is Japanese, grew up in Costa Rica, went to Stanford. She was auditing student. The econ seminar I was taking. She's married to Jerry Young. Yeah, that's why I went to Silicon Valley. I already knew some people there. Later, yeah. And also I met Palm d'Or winning film director. Yeah, I was a producer. David Greenspan. Okay, that's where I met. And I met so many intelligent people, capable people there. Okay. Then, in the senior year, I had to take the test. I had to find a job, right? 4 years behind is too good. I cannot find a job easily. I was accepted by Denso. This is how it happened. I don't have any connections. To get the job at Denso, I explained it to you. You need a connection, right? I don't have connections. So first step test, I said, I'm good at English. What is the test score? The score? I don't believe in the test. Second interview, how do you know if you are good at English without taking a test? Oh, when I was helping, look at this picture. He's former Secretary of State, George Shultz, under Reagan administration. I met him at the Stanford Japan Center while helping him then. And I talked to him. I don't think I had any problem in English. What kind of English do you expect me to be able to speak? Yeah, then I passed. Third one. They say, Atsushi, can you explain about the temple you like in Kyoto in English? I explained. Yeah. That's what I did. And they took me. Then I started working for Dentsu Inc. after graduation as a marketer. Maybe I could do it better in creative. In retrospect, I'm now an author, right? Writing novels, novelists, and making film. But I want to go to MBA. Yeah? So marketing is better, I thought. Yeah? So if you work for a marketing section, you deal with a lot of numbers, which I hate. So I suffered so much in the Dentsu. I was not so capable. Yeah? I'm not a number cruncher. So I left. So I was not good. Dentsu person. Then 1995, March 20th, on my way to the company, I survived in the subway where the saringas was spread. I was literally there. Then I inhaled the gas. I still have post effect. And I left Dentsu to pursue, to fulfill my promises with my friend. And the rabbi who I met before going to Kyoto University, I still keep in touch, but I kept in touch. And he said, Atsushi, you wanted to come to the States, yeah? We have an extra room for you. So with his help, I went to America. Spent 1 year at the Jewish committee, sitting in the prayer for the bar mitzvah, 30 years adult, becoming adult, ceremony prayer with Russian immigrants. Yeah. Yeah. Then it's very interesting experience, right? Then I went to Washington, D.C. I had connections, and I worked for the consulting firm. The head of the consulting firm was a staff for the vice president of the States at the time, Al Gore. Expert in internet. And the consulting firm is helping the Pentagon to offer the special forces education all over, globally. Yeah, I was not involved in such high confidential project, but I was there. Then I got in Berkeley. Yeah. During the summer, Berkeley is too far from Hollywood, you know. Very far, even in California, yeah, too far. But in summer, I went to Los Angeles. I became a producer for a short film called The Bean Cake. The director is the student I met in Kyoto. Then after MBA, I stayed in the Silicon Valley as an entrepreneur. Yeah. Then I had the news from David Greenspan, the director. The film was invited to Cannes. Then the film won Palm d'Or with Sayaka. Sayaka passed away recently, right? It's very tragic. Then I came back to Japan. I met a lady. She's also back from Europe. She spoke 5 languages. Japanese, French, Greek, Latin, and Mandarin. She was interesting. Yeah, she must be the one I should pursue. Then we got married. But 2 days before, I went to see her father. Atsushi, I have a story too. I have not told to you. What is that? You did abortion? No. I used to be a member of the cult. Omo Shinrikyo, Taputakas. So I was decided already, so why not? But I told her that my business, I don't want to be in the spotlight no matter what I do. Business, movie, yeah. I'm not going to talk about you, but people will talk about my experience with starring us. Are you fine with it? Sure. But the sure was not true. After married, I had a golden key in the film industry, right? Because I went to Cannes, won. I wanted to write my life story. And that's the only story I could write. I have a trauma, right? She didn't want it. Yeah? Also, she felt that maybe I'm with the post effect. Yeah? So we separated, divorced. That was 2004 or something, 3. Yeah? Or 4, I don't remember. Then she asked me to sign the divorce document on my birthday. Wow. What does it mean? I don't know. Yeah, August 27th, she came to see me. Can you sign it? Yeah, not sure, but I did. Yeah. Then, since then, I don't know, for how many years? Maybe 6, 7 years. I wrote a autobiographical manuscript. Through my friend's introduction, I turned it to Kodansha. I published it. And next day, after I signed the divorce document, my father called to me. Atsushi, I have a story I cannot tell you yet. The marriage with your mother is the second one for me. Yeah, he told me. She was not registered in office, city office, the first one. He was a police officer, so he of course registered, yeah. But you need there's some timing of delay, yeah. And she is a daughter of wealthy merchant who sells painting brush and oil, yeah. And she was not very comfortable with life in the village where my father is coming from. And I don't know the true reason why. And she became depressed. So he sent her to her family in Kyoto City. At the time, my father was staying in the police dormitory and the home in the rural area back and forth. When he was not at the police dormitory, the lady came, she killed herself. Yeah, she killed herself. So until that day, I didn't know what it meant to me when I found my friend's suicide. I thought that was such a convenient way of saying things, but he is the one who understands me most, yeah. And then he said, Atsushi, a divorce, that's better. You know why? He said, if separation by death, people think she is with you at your heart. Yeah? But in your case, didn't work. Yeah? She is alive and I am alive and it just didn't work. That's much better. That's what he told me. That's why he supported me for pursuing my promises. You understand? Then came back. I became meditating for I don't know 10 years, 15 years, and I have a post effect, and then I cannot work well. Lost money, no money. Then a Buddhist monk in Shikoku Kiru village, #1 temple, is a friend of mine. He invited me to Shikoku. And he said, Atsushi, you should shoot video at the temple. I spent 1 year, I covered 4 seasons, I did. After 1 year, I had things to take care in Tokyo. I headed to Tokyo for a run. And in the airplane, I lost consciousness. 4 doctor calls in the airplane, according to the record. Then the airplane landed on Tokyo. I found that my spine is fractured by compression. So I had no money. Yeah. And then the monk declared that I shouldn't come back to Shikoku. Yeah. So only thing I could do is coming back to Kyoto. Yeah. Then I know some movie professional in Kyoto and a seasoned gaffer, who's a lighting person, kindly and the producer kindly arranged a job teaching filmmaking in Osaka without having directed any professional film. I taught filmmaking. And then I started thinking what I should do if I die tomorrow. What I should do today if I die tomorrow. Yeah? So, I wrote a manuscript for the social principle which I am teaching you, which is not academically, how can I say, tested yet. That's my theory. Professor Shiotani likes it, but that's the manuscript I wrote, having an idea that I want to read this manuscript if I die tomorrow. Yeah? Then, same thing I thought, what should I do if I do today? If I die tomorrow, I should face home, right? I was about to kill, and I was about to die without any reasons, and I just married that woman. Yeah. So I decided to shoot a documentary about Omoshi Meikyo. Started in 2014. Spending 1 year, I convinced Omo. I shot the film, mostly 2015. But whatever happened, many things happened to me. You know what, in that circumstance, do you want to show the film to your father? No. Who supported me that way? Yeah? I wanted to show, but he was old. 2019, I was about to be able to release my film if I make a compromise. I asked my father, do you want to, what should I do? Should I release it now? He says, nothing. So I didn't make a compromise, and he passed away. Year of 2019. Right around the time my film is completed, and in my film my father appears, yeah, appears, but he didn't have a chance to see my film. Yeah. Then now start teaching here. That's where I am coming from, I developed all the theories I'm teaching to you, learned it to keep the promises. But however, that documentary production taught me, taught me the very important thing about filmmaking. I am dealing with the material with which more than 6,000 people were injured. Yeah? More than 13 people were killed, executed. 14 people were killed. I am dealing with the material alone as a film director, right? Then that forced me to my any ego as an artist aside. Yeah? I'm not allowed to make this film for my vanity, my fame, money. That's why I didn't really care about the timing of releasing. Of course, before Asahara died, if I release it, I make more fortune, right? Much more big money. But I didn't care. Even including the fact I want to show my film to my father. Yeah? Because when I release this film, I have to be ready to any criticism from anyone. There are many more people who were killed, suffered from this incident. Yeah? So I have to be truthful to myself. That makes me a film director. Yeah. I think I talked about my life story. 3 of you came late, so I can explain why I'm telling this story is that when you study economics, yeah, when you study theories, there must be a person who invented, coined it, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so when you learn it, please try to pay attention to what the society, the inventor was known, what was his personal struggle, how he came up with the idea. Yeah, that's all about academic research or academic study, you know? Maybe Karl Marx, he's a great economist, maybe. But maybe he was ditched by a girlfriend, and that, maybe he drove, like him, he drove. He was driven to be a good academician, yeah? You never know. I am teaching in this class my social principle. Last week, you missed a very good classes. I explained about prices. Ask me, send me an email, I can share the link. That's very good class, yeah? Extremely theoretical. Okay, so I don't know how if I explained my life story well. Very different, yeah. But that's important, where I come from. Yeah. Okay, so today is the last class, yeah, in this year, right? And next year, when is the first one?